It's 2025 and I'm not running every day. More on that in a little bit actually. For now, we're in Glen. It's beautifully snowy and cold. Probably got down to -8, -9 Celsius overnight, and I mean, the river's completely frozen, super cold out. And today we're heading up Beinn, chrulaiste, which I think in Gaelic means rocky mound or rocky hill, something along those lines. I find the etymology of place names and mountains in particular really interesting. I think it's fascinating to find out what they're traditionally called in the local dialect, and what does that tell us about a certain place. Sometimes you get a really good insight into some historic event that happened there, or sometimes it's something to do with the physical appearance of a place. This is called Rocky Hill. Today, more of a snowy hill. There's two ways you can go up Beinn chrulaiste. You can go from the far side down by Buachaille, Etive, or you can go up from this eastern side of it, which is the one we're going for today. And usually it's horrendously boggy. But today, because everything's frozen, it's actually really pleasant. It's not really one of the most photogenic mountains. It is kind of just a big rocky hill, but what it does offer is stunning views over Stobjedig, and they're far better the further along this way you are. So if you climb up at the far side and then walk along the top, you have to keep coming until you get this looking really triangular and like a pyramid. Going up from this side, it's already there. So I've always preferred coming from this side. It is just usually really boggy. Now the problem we have got today is that the sun sets really early in winter, so we've only got about 45 minutes to get up there before the sun vanishes down below the horizon. It's been a beautifully clear day, really nice conditions after a freezingly clear cold night. There has been these clouds just sort of rolling in throughout the last sort of hour or so, so hopefully we get a bit of light, get some colour, nice sunset, and it doesn't just completely grey over. But there's only one way to find out, and that means getting up there in about 40 minutes, so need to get some moves on. Look at these icicles, absolutely solid, and free snack. Nice bit of hydration on the way up. Oh, now the light around there looks like it's getting incredibly spicy. Whew. Wow, look at this. So what I was saying about doing it from this side rather than the other side is that when you get up, you have the sick view right from the start. It's up to you how high you want to go or how far along you want to go, but it's always looking good. From the other side, when you get up, it's more of a case that the further you walk, the better the view gets. And there's always that temptation to stop a little bit early, especially if you're running out of time like I might be today. So I can call it a little bit earlier. I'd probably ideally like to go just a bit further, but this is absolutely fine. And made it in time for, I guess, a coffee before it gets dark. We're not going to get sunset, but at least we can have a nice coffee. That's squash. Ah, well, at least I've got a drink. I really thought that was water. Luckily, we can just fill it straight with snow. So I'm saved again by the cold conditions. It's only when you have to melt snow for water you realise how much you need. It takes so long to boil. So I guess one of the big questions I've had since finishing the challenge was, why are you stopping? And I get it. It does seem a strange thing to do, having ran every day for a year, just to suddenly decide to not do it. And I think all the things I gained from it were really good. But there's a lot of reasons why I think stopping's a good thing for me. When I started that, I thought it was doable, but that it'd be a challenge. And I guess I kind of proved to myself that I know what I'm capable of, and I got it done. But it was never meant to be anything more than just a year, and I figured to suddenly start tagging on more days gets me into that dangerous zone where suddenly it's then 2 years, 3 years, and running every day then becomes a lifelong thing. And I felt what I needed to do was break that streak to almost give me the freedom to do other things. It sounds crazy to say that running every day made me lazy, and that does sound stupid. Obviously, I wasn't lazy, I was running 5 kilometers a day. But there's certain things it did impact, like on a day like today, probably wouldn't hike up here because I'd also be thinking about running at some point in the day. And with limited daylight, bad weather, how much time do you want to spend out in the cold on a day like today? So there's that mentality too. I've got the confidence of knowing that, I ran every day. Let's have a quick check on this water. There we go, boiling. I think the running instilled in me quite a good confidence in my own discipline. Like, I know that I can get out every single day and do something. And I'm continuing that this year. I'm going to do half an hour exercise or activity every single day, which ironically is actually probably more challenging than last year, because 5k very rarely would be more than half an hour. So this is going to be a bit more, but I think it opens up more flexibility and freedom for different opportunities. If I do want to come out for a hike, I can do that and not have to think about running when I get back down in the dark and cold. I can get down and just have dinner. Triple chocolate digestives here. They are absolutely insane. Like, how to go even harder on already a god tier biscuit. There's also a few bigger challenges this year I'd like to, take on. I'd like to run some much bigger distances. There's some multi-day hikes and various different activities and things that I think I lacked last year, because running was kind of the focus, and making sure I did that 5k a day was, that motivation and the drive each day. Having the option to almost choose what I do each day, I think will probably make me do more in a lot of ways. The nice thing is I'm coming into this year with probably the best cardio I've ever had. So I feel like I've got a really good base to almost do whatever I want to do with that. And even the past few days I've loved skipping and doing some push-ups, doing some weights, getting back into other forms of training, which realistically I didn't do anywhere near enough of last year. So this year's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of things I want to do. I'd like to get back into making videos more regularly. I'd like to travel more. I'd like to have more memories, more experiences. I think each year I'm learning so much more about the things that I enjoy doing and the things I want to do. And I'm learning to appreciate them in the right way. I'm sort of past that stage where it was running around trying to do as much as possible, get everything done. Now it's much more about having experiences and memories, and it doesn't have to be for the best, most epic thing. Like, realistically, the conditions today aren't that good. I'm not even facing the right way. I'm looking this way. I came up here for that view, I'm looking in this way. But I think that's it. I think this year is about doing more and seizing opportunities. And I think that the discipline of knowing I did something every day last year gives me the confidence to really push harder this year. So here's to 2025. Let's make the most of it and have some fun. Now, I'm aware that it's getting dark soon. I need to get back down to the van, which is parked all the way
down there.